beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Unka, broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Enugu State on DSTV channel 254, Go TV channel 17, and Free TV channel 748. My name is Chinalurumogu Eze, your host on tonight's episode of Unka. And you know what time it is? It is the time and the moment where we converse with people who are artistic, people who are inspirational, people who have a story to tell, where we can learn one or two things or four things from them, which we can also apply in our personal journeys and see results, right? The interesting thing about tonight is that it's my birthday. So I'm taking any sort of gift, monetary, basket kind, any kind of gift. By all means, please put down for my OP. But that's okay. Thank you so much. Yes. And so it's Thursday and we have an interesting guest. It's been back-to-back conversations with people who are in the music world, right? So we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, I will introduce to you our guest on tonight's episode of Unka. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Unka. My name is Chinalurumogu Eze. And if you are just joining us on the show, I said it's my birthday. I'm repeating it again just so you hear. And I'm collecting monetary gifts, right? Okay. So our guest tonight is an artist who has spent most of his time abroad and has released a couple singles, has an EP, and is pretty much doing well and okay for himself as an artist. I'm talking about no other person than Zynovox. Hi, good evening.
Hi, you're right. Good evening.
Good evening. Has someone ever told you that Xynovox sounds like Voldemort?
No, no one has.
But do you know who's Voldemort?
No.
It's from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Have you seen the series?
Yeah, I have.
So that's is it like I don't even know, but I know the name. I've seen the series a long time ago. I'm trying to picture the faces, but I can't remember. There's a character called Voldemort, and Xynovox sounds the same.
Yeah.
Where did you get that name from? What were you thinking? Where did you get the name from?
Okay, initially when I started rapping, I started with the name Bogo. Yeah, so it used to be
Bogo?
Yeah, Bogo Boy. Yeah, Bogo the Custody Boy, which was more like mind-boggling and all that. Like someone that gets people's mind to think, create, get confused and all that, or spark the mind or something. So at some point, I felt like, okay, someone else has the name, and I decided to go with Azino. Then I also realized that someone else has the name. So, yeah, so I was making a comeback to music and all that. I went for, I think there's this name, Bugzino and all that. Like, I was just trying to play with names. Actually, Azino came from my combinations of my name, Obina Azude Nobet. So I went with Azude Nobet Obina to bring the
and someone is already called Azino.
Yeah, Azino, yeah. So yeah. So when I kept thinking of a name because I wanted to have a unique name that no one else already had. So I thought of maybe changing it to Zyno. Then I thought of something else to add as maybe a completion to it to make it stand out. Because as of then, I think someone already told me that there's an artist called Zyno or Zino or something.
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
I was like, okay, it wouldn't stop me from getting a name. Yeah, so I now thought of something to add to it to make it unique. So I had to bring the Vox. Vox means voice in Latin. Yeah, so I came up with Zyno. Voice, Zyno voice and all that. Yeah. So, and that's why in my intro I usually say Zyno with the Vox, meaning it's a different Zyno, and this one has the voice and all that. Yeah. So
Zynovox. I think with the explanation now, I think I like it. Yeah, Zynovox. Zyno with the Vox.
Yeah.
With the voice. See you. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Well, welcome back to Nigeria. I understand you've spent how long abroad? For some time now.
Yeah, well, 3 years. It hasn't been that long yet.
Okay. So, but when did you leave Nigeria?
That was in 2022. Yeah.
Oh, 2022.
Yeah.
And this is the first time coming back since then.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So you have been making music abroad?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I made a comeback. Yeah, I was making music in Nigeria, but I never really had a chance to put out music due to some kind of financial constraint. Okay. Yeah, no signing and all that. So I had to put a stop to music. Then when I went back when I traveled to UK, yeah, so at some point, I still found out I could still write words and all that. So I just felt like, okay, I needed a push. Initially, it was someone else I wanted to manage. Like, I wanted to have an artist I could sponsor to make the music while I just stay at the back end of it. But the guy I had in mind, he wasn't really ready to go back in it. And since he knew that I was a rapper before, and they actually brought him into the rap game and all that, so he said it's best I do it myself. So since he wasn't really interested in it, and during that period, I went for this show, Burna Boy's I Told Them So. That was around June last year. When I saw the way everything was going, even some big artists performing like Odumodu Black and the rest, I felt like, okay, I think it's time to go back to the studio. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I would say that like I've been in music for long, yeah, but as a recording artist who has already put out some stuff, I would say that I'm less than 1 year into the industry. So I think it might be confusing at some point, but I've been there, but I'm still new in the industry. Yeah. So I don't know how to.
I know you've been there, but you're still new. I understand that. And so when you were in Nigeria, you were obviously recording songs.
Yeah, I was recording. Yeah.
What was the first song you recorded?
There's this song called "Depress Me Out." Yeah.
Depress
Me Out. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It was more like then we all wanted to rap and do stuff. Yeah. So I had this group I came up with, BGB Crew. So we were rehearsing on some stuff.
Oh, you had a group?
Yeah, a group. Yeah, we were like, I think 4 or 5 artists in it. So we used to rehearse on songs and others. So one day we were just playing with words and we brought up a chorus like, you wanna, okay, no F word, yeah, but
yes,
cause then, everyone wanted to use the F word on rap and all that. I use it now, but I try as much as possible not to use profanity. Yeah, so, but it was more like, you wanna effing depress me, yeah, I got the right back up, yeah. And it seems like all I want is coming back to me, yeah. So go on.
That was the first.
Yeah.
You did it with the BGB group?
I didn't do it with the BGB crew. Like, I recorded it myself. Like, I just felt like, okay, it's best I record this to know what it would sound like. Yeah. Exactly.
How long ago was this?
I think that was in 2011. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was in secondary school. Yeah. So.
In 2011.
Yeah.
You were in secondary. Yeah. I'm not calculating anything.
I know you something. Yeah.
Oh, please, pardon my inquisitiveness.
Yeah. I'm quite young if that's what you want to know. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So now that you make music abroad, I don't know what is it like, because clearly, do you think your target audience are also people who live abroad with you? They are also white people, they're also black, or were you just focused on making music for Nigerians in Nigeria?
That's where the struggle comes in sometimes, yeah. Initially, I was thinking of making music for the two, yeah, which I'm still on now, yeah, but I tend to maybe fall more into making music something close to what they do, yeah, because in Nigeria you have to apply the languages, use pidgin, use the Nigerian slangs and all that, and I've lost touch of Nigerian slangs. I can't really use most of it anymore. Like, there are some, the other time I heard something like dollar or dollar, I didn't know what it was.
I don't even know what it means.
They said it means dollar, yeah.
Dollar.
Yeah,
okay, that's new. Especially as someone who's a Gen Z, I should know it, but I don't.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't really get what they were saying. Yeah. So, but if I was still in Nigeria, then I would have at least picked on it. Yeah. So since I don't have those slangs anymore, and I don't have those. I still speak Igbo. I'm an Igbo guy, so I'm still embracing it, proud of it, displaying it anywhere I can. Yeah, but I just don't have much of the words anymore to use. Yeah, so I started rapping, the usual Western rap, using the Wanna Gonna styles and all that. Exactly.
Wanna Gonna.
Yeah, exactly. But someone told me that it's best I just don't lean into that. Since I'm not an American and I'm not from there, so why would I have to really try so much to compete with the artists from there instead of maybe trying to fit into Nigeria? But yeah, I had to make some adjustment, but I'm still making music for the two audience. Yeah, I'm just trying to make a masterpiece and have something that can really bang for people home and abroad. Yeah, I'll just put it that way.
Right, that makes sense. You're trying to do something that bangs for people home and abroad. And Afrobeats, people who our big guys in Afrobeats industry, they have their songs.
Yeah.
Even when they speak the Igbo, do the pidgin in their songs, you see Westerners still vibing and trying to sing along. So
yeah, honestly, the other day, like before I traveled, was it did I travel though? A day before I traveled, back to Nigeria, there was this mall I was in UK. Yeah? They had Afrobeat banging, like they had like Fino singing, Whiskey, Davido, like most of our, even some songs I heard when I was still younger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I still heard them playing. Yeah, so I would say Afrobeat is also like Afrobeat is not small,
global.
It's not small,
It's small.
yeah, exactly. So it's actually making impact and people are also embracing it. Yeah, so with that, I felt like it's best I just switch to the Afrobeat pattern, but I know that my rap is it's somehow different from what people sing because I don't really use most of the words people use as well.
So what are the words most people use?
Like I said, the whole slangs and all that. Okay. I'm not really. I can try getting some to put in a song, but I wouldn't just sit to start thinking it. Yeah, except maybe if I'm writing and I hear something someone says and I feel like, okay, this would be good for music and all that, I might just pick it up and write it. And I think I have this habit of maybe always being on my phone when talking with people because I might be talking with you and that might be when you might say something that makes sense to me. I might just be like, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Let me write it down.
Or I might just write it while we're talking. You might find it rude, but I'm just trying to get words to make something out of. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But you mentioned something about having to you've not been in Nigeria for some time, so you're not keeping yourself abreast with the slangs that happen here anymore. So don't you think is social media not helping? Because a lot of these things are on social media.
Yeah, a lot of them on social media, and it helps because I do see them. Yeah, but like I said, I'm somehow different. Yeah, and I'm this type of person that wouldn't really want to do something because it's trending. Like, let's say someone sees this jar on this table and feel like, oh, I must have this, and I see someone else getting it, seeing like 4 or 5 different people going for the same thing. I wouldn't really want to go for it because it's now so much in circulation that if I get it, it doesn't really have much difference. Like I said, I like standing out. I can use the slangs and all that, yeah, and I do see them on social media, but I don't have more people to use the slangs on. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and yeah, there are so many Nigerians in UK and all that, but we still speak.
Are you close to though?
Yeah, I'm close to like 4 or 5 or a few of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if there are many of them, but how many are you close to? How many can you converse with on a normal, really conk Nigerian level?
Yeah, exactly. And again, with me being an Igbo guy, because I think I'm surrounded mostly with Yorubas, people from different tribes as well. Like the people I consider family in Nigeria, like. Okay, yeah, my closest friend is Edo guy. He's from Edo State. Yeah, I have one from Anambra State, which we came back together to Nigeria. Yeah, but we hardly see each other. Yeah, so I see the Edo guy more. I have like the one from Benue State and all that. So these are people who, the one in Benue State, he's a family man, and most of them don't really have time for the social media. So if you get the new word and try using it on them, they wouldn't relate to it. Yeah, exactly. So most times we do see them, we get the words, we get all those, but we don't use them. So I just end up letting it phase out. Yeah, it just exactly. Yeah, so
I get that. Yeah. That's fine. At least you're doing the much you can with the level of Nigerian slang that you have. That's fine.
Yeah. But don't be deceived, though. I have like lots of them in me. If it comes to using them,
no problem. We're not disputing that. It's what you're right.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know, because you've crafted a niche for yourself, which is rap music.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do rap. How did you get yourself into rapping? From how long ago was this?
I think from rapping, from 2007, I was already like aspiring to rap. Yeah, from the days of MP3 or something. Yeah, I have this uncle of mine who goes to Holy Ghost to download music for me and others. So
I did that one time. Oh my God, good old days.
Yeah, exactly. But the first rap music I heard was Mr. Raw, Obode Denigo and other Obodo by Mr. Raw and Clean the.
I'm trying to remember the song.
Yeah, Obode Denigo, no, we doing this,
Okay, I know the song.
Everybody be piano.
I know.
First of all, make I introduce myself. That nigga, so I think that was the first rap music I heard, and that was like, I know I should be around 10 or below 10 as of then, because we went for a birthday party and the DJ played it, so, and it was also fascinating because that was the first time I heard someone using a different language to rap, because we always knew rap for being an English, but it was so different and it was so engaging as well, because he was also telling a story which made sense.
That's what Negro does.
Yeah, but when I went when the whole rap course started was from the time of the MP3, when I started listening to many artists like Tupac, Biggie, Kanye West, but I think even 50 Cent, but when I started rapping was when I was always listening to Eminem and Kanye West. The two were like the major drive I had, because I really liked the way they played with words, the way they played with their sound and all that. So I started the whole rap stuff, and my friends also were into rap. I think, I don't know if it still happens now, but at some point it feels like every growing, especially male child, wanted to be a rapper or a musician. It's always doctor, lawyer, footballer. So I think then it was more like me wanting to be a musician, and most of my friends wanted to also do the same thing. So,
but who would you say heavily influenced you going into rap? Heavily? Was it mentioned Eminem? Well, not like the only, but the most popular song of his that I know. I don't know any recent song, but I'm trying to remember. I'm friends with a monster, son of mine. I don't even know if I can rap that thing. But
whenever Eminem drops a song, even I myself, I can't rap word to word to Eminem, but I hear what he says. I can try following some of the words, but whenever he drops a song, I'm like one of the first people to listen to it, because that guy he said he's a rap god. He's that, he
calls himself the rap god.
Yeah, he's that.
And even right now for your kind of rap, you infuse pidgin into it. And infuse a little bit of Igbo too in it, because I've listened to a couple along those lines, right? So is it a part of you trying to also bring this home, drag it home, or was it just I feel like I just want to add this to it?
No, it's me bringing it home. Like I told you, my friend told me that most people who advise me, because I do love advice and I listen to it.
Wait.
So
you do what?
Yeah, I love advices.
Okay. Wait. What I actually heard was, I do love advice. Now listen, you don't understand what I mean. I thought you said it's okay saying I do love advice. That means I love advice. But I thought you said I do love, as in you advise people concerning love.
No.
That's how it sounded like. You advise people when it concerns matters of the heart.
No.
But we'll come to that. You know where your heart is at.
Okay, no problem.
Please continue.
No problem. So when they gave the advice, I had to listen to it. Yeah, because most of my friends, they've always told me to make sure that I localize my rap. Yeah, so whenever I'm writing, I try as much as possible to infuse Pidgin and Igbo. And since I'm still trying to localize it, you tend to find out that the English is more in it, but still you get to hear the Igbo and you get to hear the Pidgin. I mix everything together, and I try as much as possible to make sense when doing all that.
True. That's nice. Was your mom, I like to use mom, was your mom okay when you told her you wanted to go into music?
No.
Of course. No. They will never, ever be okay with the idea. Yeah. What did she say?
I think the last issue I had with her was because of music, and that was last year when I told her that okay, I'm going back to music, so she was trying to advise me against it. Oh, I don't want you to do this, you're not supposed to do this, and initially part of the reasons why I couldn't go far with it when I initially had, like, when I was so heavy on rapping, was because none of my parents or my family members, even my siblings, because I came from this background or this family where you must go to school. They believe that everything is education, which it is. Exactly, but
it's like
there was no room for any other stuff. Like maybe let's say you have a hobby in this, you must be related to school. You must be schooling. If you're not schooling, then it must be something about maybe going to church, doing this catechism.
You were a church boy.
I came from a church.
You were not.
I wasn't really.
You were coming from a very religious home.
Very religious. My parents, like, even till now, my dad doesn't joke with Catholic. You must go there, take your Holy Communion. But aside from that, like, I came from that background where you must study all the time. So when my father found out I was rapping and all that, he felt like, okay, I'm about to throw my future away. And I remember so many times, the Nigerian culture now, they whoop you, all those stuff. So it was never an option in, like, my career path and all that, or even what I wanted to do with my life. So it wasn't an option in it, because it was a no-no for them. And since they were the one training me,
you have to do what they say.
But still, I used to sneak into studios, record, make music, but I never got the chance to release them. And when I gave up on rap and all that, as of then, I deleted most of those music, which I regret till today, because I actually would have, remake them and all that. So, they never really supported it, but now they
are coming together, they're coming around now. They never come around.
Last year it wasn't easy for us at all because she was against it. Even my dad was more welcoming than her, but she really never wanted it. She was like, especially since now she's more heavy on religion and all that. You start smoking weed, following women around and all that.
She's not lying
the lifestyle and all that. So
she did not lie.
By myself, I stood my ground. I said no.
You stood your ground that
exactly.
You will not chase women around.
Well, I hope so.
Oh God, your mother's fears were valid. I think I'm not saying I would do the same, but when someone says they want to be an artist, they want to be a singer, as a woman, first I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking that means they're going to dabble into this and that, because that's like the trend for artists. That's the bulk of some of the things they do. So your mom's fears were valid, but it's a good thing to know that she's coming around now. Right?
Yeah. And I try as much as possible not to, at some point I'll say things on record, but I try as much as possible not to, say that stuff that will make her worry, like making some kind of comments. But at some point, I know that with time I'll have to step up, then say some stuff. But I try as much as possible to keep it simple, not to make her feel like, okay, this guy is already turning away. So
it's turning to a bad boy.
Yeah.
I get it. Since you started officially, no, not officially, since you came back to the musical scene in 2022, would you say, have you had any live performance? Maybe there was an event there in UK and you had to,
Not really, but I've gotten several opportunities, but I haven't really taken on any of them. Yeah, I haven't taken any yet, but when I go back, I'll start some performance. Yeah.
But while you're here, I don't know how long you're for. You should perform somewhere. I don't know.
Okay. Last week in Lagos, I was called for a show. Yeah, just to show what I've got and all that. But yeah, by the time they called me, it was a show at Mainland. Yeah, and I was at Lekki, so there's no way I would have made that trip. I just had to cancel. Yeah,
right.
But with time, I'll definitely.
I'm sure there's more you will unravel with us as we are in this conversation, right?
Yeah.
I hope you're learning things. It's time for us to go on a quick break. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation with Xynovox. See you in a bit. Back to Unka. My name is Chinalurumogu Eze, and I'm still here with Zynovox, who's telling us about how he started. And just like many artists, his people did not exactly like the idea of him going into music because of the stereotype around it. He would either go and chase women, start drinking, start smoking, and all those stuff. But of course, the mother's fears are valid. He's going to tell us if he chases women by the end of the show, I'm sure, to make sure he answers that question. But before we go into whether you chase women or you do not chase women, right? So you have an EP. Yeah, tell us about your EP.
Okay, the EP Middle East is, people do think it's something relating to Libya and all these other
They think
countries.
so?
Yeah, they do think it's mostly about, like, I've actually been told by someone that, like all these social media like Facebook will think I'm trying to promote something about terrorism or I don't know, like all those
issue.
Exactly, yeah. So, but Middle East is simply a representation of where I and my collaborator are from, because the guy I collaborated with is from Benue State, which is Middle Belt.
Omofaji, yeah.
So he's from Benue State, and that's Middle Belt of Nigeria, and I'm from Enugu State. So the East is the eastern part of Nigeria. So
I see what you
so we brought it together, and that was how we came about the name. Middle East EP is mostly about us meeting together to do some songs to see what it would look like, because as I was coming back to music and I did the first track and put one of my friends said, okay, I have this friend that does music and he's so good, and I felt like I should hear what he's done. And when I heard it, I actually liked what he had. Yeah, exactly. So I said, okay, can we just do a track? That's how the EP came about. We just wanted to do a track, and exactly. When we were working on it, like he gave me a vibe to one of the songs. After that, he gave me like 2 or 3 vibes. Said, okay, can we choose what we can work on? I said, I like the 3. I think we should do them. And from there, we started talking about making an EP together. Yeah. So, and if you listen to all the tracks, I think they've got different vibes for different reasons. Like Wahala is about partying and all that. Yeah, it's just about showing lifestyle, about party spending and all that. Yeah. Then All I Need is more like a heartbreak song about relationship issues. Yeah. Then Big Energy is more like a bragado song. About telling her about what you're made of and all that. Yeah. Then Wera is more like, hustling and, it's more like a grass to grace story and all that, yeah. Then Hustle is more like an inspiration. Not really, it's a motivational song for Hustle, and it also has some messages in it. It's more like, because people do think that the Hustle is kind of promoting fraudulence and all that, but it isn't at all. It's more like warning people about some of it, while encouraging people to hustle, also encouraging them not to um, do some stuff like, fraud, and also maybe, let's say, stealing from people while in the act of doing whatever you're doing.
Yahoo too, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But people think it's about Yahoo, but it's not just but it was actually inspired by Yahoo settings and all that. Okay. Yeah. But if you actually listen to the lyrics and pay much attention to it, it's more about street life, how things happen in the streets and all that. Yeah. Then which other one? Jennifer is more of a love song and all that. Yeah. So.
Oh, love song.
Yeah.
Okay. Before there's something I wanted you to do, but maybe later.
Yeah.
The songwriting for the EP, was it a combination of you and Omofaji, or was it largely one person? Or maybe there's one song, this person did the whole songwriting for one song, this other person did the whole songwriting for another song. How did it happen? What was it like?
Okay, the song was written by the two of us. Yeah. I think we had some tension while we were working on the EP, about the songwriting part, because I write my songs myself. I'm a writer as well. So Omofaj is a writer too. And, since I have my style of music, which I think we had this disagreement on our styles. Yeah. I think we were both not willing to accept the fact that we are two different people or two different type of artists coming together to do stuff together. So Faji was the one who brought about the chorus and everything. So he was, in fact, even the production of the song was mostly engineered by Omofaji. Like, he was one who brought about how the rhythm of the song would be, the song and the beat and all that. So whenever I write my song, because I'm more of a lyrical person, like I try to use heavy words and at least to make sure I'm putting out something with weight and all that. But Omofaji was like, okay, this is all vibes. You don't have to use big words in your song and all that. So it was kind of a challenge for us. Yeah. So at some point, I think, I wrote all my verses were written by me except Hustle and Wera, which was jointly written by the two of us. That's by Omofaji and I. Because of the lack of time, I think I didn't have much time on my side, so he gave me his verse, and when I looked at it, I said, okay, this isn't exactly the way I would want to rap this. I had to,
so you had to touch up.
Like, I changed almost everything in it, but I will still give him the credit that we wrote it together, because his words are still there, his ideas are still part of it. Yeah, but I had to change everything.
It is what it
made it fit into what I would want to rap to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's nice. Are you looking at maybe music videos? Shooting music videos for some of them?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It was initially part of my plan while coming to Nigeria, but I think it wouldn't really work out anymore.
Until you go back?
Yeah, but when I go back, I'll definitely make some music videos. But I would have loved to make some with Omofaji, but I don't know yet. It might still work, but I'm not too sure yet. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. We'll be here rooting for you when it happens, right?
Yeah.
Before, if someone's asking, before someone starts asking, what's your favorite song on that EP and why?
To be honest, I'm not saying this because I made this song or whatsoever. But I'll say that every song there is great. Yeah, all the songs there are great. Yeah, but personally, I think the best for me should be either Hustle. Like I said, all of them are great. Yeah,
they are great. I'm not asking you to choose. I think I'm asking you to choose.
Yeah,
but I need to know. Okay, take for instance, someone wants to listen to you for the first time. Which song would you recommend they start with first? That's the idea. That's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, I'm on a tight spot here. So I think I would go for still Hustle. Yeah.
What about Hustle?
Yeah, Hustle is I think one is the energy we put in it. Yeah. Then aside from the energy, the lyrical prowess I displayed there. I personally, I think,
hold on. You're gonna display the lyrical prowess in the Inca studio right now. You wanna go?
Yeah.
So let's have it. Maybe a line.
Yeah.
Or maybe just rap your first verse. Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if the censorship applies, but okay, I'll just rap it.
Try not to any profane word. Don't use it.
I wouldn't really call it profane, but I think the station might. But don't worry, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's more like
let's have it.
Bananas. I'm better than Tony Montana, like a Capone, metal and mother, climbing the ladder step by step. I'm puzzling harder. Show respect. Are you losing your manners? They move in my face, not they enter my space. Social distance and get off my face. On a steady grind, the money I define. If you wish me bad, I they cast and bind. I they grind 247 like a tarot. Even grinding machine they bow. And my bank account they clap. My future looking sharp. But the people they find me. I'm a grave digger then go by quick. My bedroom is loaded with spices. I feel the heat. ISIS, the hustle with stress, and people they busy they press. As a man, pick up the phone. We'll take a shaft to pick up the phones. About pick no phone so low. If you do, your mama go get visitors. With Timbaland, we go break the doors. Eyes were like so we take trauma.
Zynovox, Voldemort.
Yeah, so not the street for streets.
It's still the first verse is still long.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
I think rap is like that. Rap is always longer.
Yeah, it's always. I do tell people that rap is so. I think it's more difficult than singing.
I think so too.
Exactly, yeah.
I know what it takes me to learn raps by people who rap them. Telling me to now create rap. You're torturing. But what's the chorus like? I'd like to hear what the chorus of the song is like.
Yeah, it's more like I'm screaming, oh God, oh, can't lose my focus. So Yeah, so there's a part for I'm
craving God.
I'm screaming, oh God, can't lose my focus. So chop life to stupor. Whatever. Paji Sangria. But at some point, it had this chant style, something like hustle, alaye, hustle. One day, yeah.
Wow.
So
I need to enter this music industry.
But like I said, all of them are good. Like Jennifer was like, never been a day I could picture life without you, like Spider-Man with Mary Jane. Girl, I'm all about you.
Spider-Man with Mary Jane?
Yeah. Girl, I'm all about you. Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, that's her name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm your dragon. You can fly with me, go high with me, and Dama protects you because you're my Aragon. We're like Beauty and the Beast. You tame the beast inside of me, and that's the gist. From darkness to light to give me peace. Free from cause in my bliss, for the doors to my heart, you hold the keys. We're unbreakable, we're stronger than a Kevlar bond. When the money come, baby, we go ball. Baby, I'ma break the bank and buy a new Bugatti. Cruise around the city with you cause you got me, Barbie. I get your vacation. We off to Abu Dhabi. Jetting off to Bali. Life is sweet and naughty. Chilling in the lobby. We be flexing like my shorty. Blessings on flexings. Blessings on blessings. We stay fast. I no go serve you breakfast. Except in bed. Baby, that's the real finesse.
I no go serve you breakfast
except in bed. Yeah.
I love that line.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I fight the world, stand my ground, no matter who. Against the world is just us two. Women for us like rice and stew.
Rice and stew.
Yeah.
That's the thing interesting about rap. They can use anything at all to just put words together and it's a line for a rap song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just know how to know the right places to use it and how to use it right. Then it will make sense to people.
Yeah. But how do you approach or react to criticism when someone tries to trash talk your song? How do you handle it?
I'm naturally not a troublesome person to start with. Yeah. And most of the times, I criticize myself first before someone else criticizes me. Yeah, exactly.
So you do self-destruction first.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes, I'll be like, okay, I was expecting this. I knew it wasn't like when I made something great as well. I know I did something great. So if you try to criticize it negatively, I'll just say, okay, all right, I was expecting that, or I deserve that, and all that. And that's why most times I just, make it hard on myself whenever I'm trying to make a song or record. Even if I have a song to record this afternoon and or in the night or in the morning or whatever, and maybe I'm rehearsing maybe in the night and I feel like something doesn't really make sense in it, I might rewrite it that moment. And I always do this every time I'm recording. Like I always make a last minute correction, maybe change the whole verse and all that. So even sometimes when recording it in the studio, I'll now start having like a hard time because I know that this wasn't initially the way it was supposed to be. So I just try to catch up and all that. But at least I'm getting that satisfaction that I'm putting out something that really makes sense or I feel like is 100% for me. Yeah. So, but when it comes to criticism, I just welcome it. And, at this moment or at this point, I'm still trying to find my niche actually. So
You're still trying to find your niche in music?
Yeah. No, like in music, yeah. I already know I'm a rapper and all that, but I'm still trying to, fit in. Yeah. So, like, I'm still new and all that. So, if someone says anything wrong or anything bad about it, I would understand because I haven't really proven myself yet. Yeah, exactly. So
right.
Yeah,
that's fair. Honestly, it is.
Yes.
So, what's your most streamed song right now, and why do you think people will listen to it so much?
I think it's still that hustle.
This also don't try you.
Yeah.
Maybe it speaks very closely to people and how they go about making money in life.
I think it's a street song. Yeah, it's a street song or a street gospel. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
Gospel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a street gospel. Yeah.
What about it made it gospel? Did you add a lot of Jesus in it? A lot of God?
I mustn't put Jesus in it.
That's what makes it gospel.
No, I was preaching fact in the gospel, or I was preaching fact about street. Yeah, and people in the streets would easily relate to it. They'll like it will make sense to them because it's something they can really relate to. Yeah. Yeah, and Omofaji also like his parts, his own truth in it. Yeah, so I think that might also be part of it. And another one is Wahala. Since it's a club jam or something. Yeah, so it's also being streamed. Then All I Need is also another one with good stream. Yeah. And it's all baby steps. I'm still new, like I said. So
that's fine.
I have to, like I said, I self-destruct. Yeah, exactly. So I admit it first. Yeah. So I'm not coming to say, oh, I'm so big and maybe this one is smaller. Yeah, no, I'm still coming up as well. So
no problem.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the most exciting part of your career so far?
I've been able to meet interesting people. Yeah. Now I've been able to make some contacts. Yeah. After all, like when I was younger, or let's say 2012, 13, or even 11, like I said, I used to dream of maybe being played on a radio station, dream of being on a TV and all that, and the dream is happening. So I think I'll call that part of the exciting thing about it. Yeah, exactly. Then I've been able to work with some producers I actually admire their work, like Estune, Yoskida, possibly soon I'll be working with, I don't know if it rings a bell in the East, but Kobagidi is like a big shot in Lagos, and I think in the UK he's also he's a big promoter. So I was with him last week, even Vector as well, which I don't know.
Vector?
Yeah. So,
Vector the rapper?
Yeah, I met them last week. So even DJ Consequence, and we also got to talk, exchange contacts, and I hope that
it brings something fruitful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We are absolutely rooting for you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's nice.
Yeah,
but I think I wanted to ask you something. You were saying something about, I'm not exactly sure what it is you were saying, but what artists would you like to work with, collaborate with in the near future? That is, you have everything. You're bringing this person in your next song.
That's in Nigeria.
Anywhere in Nigeria. Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's do Nigeria. A Nigerian artist.
For me, I can work with anyone. I don't really.
You don't have anyone deep inside your heart. You're like, I need to work with this guy. Nobody.
No. Okay.
if you're really thinking about it, then it means there's no special person.
No, I'm trying not to look like someone who, or let's say, I'm trying not to look desperate. When you start mentioning this and that, and
you're not seeming desperate.
Yeah.
You're speaking into the future.
Talking to the future, yeah. If I should, yeah, if I should be, or let's say, if I should be presented an opportunity to work with an artist, yeah, in terms of rap, artists like Ice Prince, Odumodu Black, I think when it comes to Nigerian rappers, one of my biggest
motivations.
Yeah, okay.
Or someone you love so much.
Someone I listen to his songs, like whatever he puts out, like I take my time to listen to over and over again. Is Bliss, like he's someone. Yeah, I give him I have so much respect for him. Yeah, so yeah, he's like. He's a god when it comes to rap. Yeah, like whenever he puts out any song, any project, whether an album or single, I make sure I listen to it because he actually speaks the truth. Like in his song, he says something you want to pick stuff from. There's this song, one of the favorites in his, I think one of his albums, or is it the immediate past, Ilichapa or something, in Generation, he said something like, I think, and there's this line that really stood out in it. It was like, the richest N-word, yeah, never flaunt the biggest chain, never flaunt a lot of chain or something, yeah. So it really banged, and his Idekai album is so great. Like, I love every track on the album, yeah. So
that's cool. That's cool. We are, like I said, I kept saying, I've been saying, we are rooting for you, and we will be here to document how big you're going to get. Because if I prophesy to you, should I prophesy to you?
Yeah, you can.
No, it comes with it. It comes with Imagon, but so I'm not going to do that. Maybe after the show, I will do that. Yeah. So, thank you, Xynovox, for telling your story, how it has been, and we are madly rooting for you. So this is, we want to do a quick game segment before we call it a night on the show.
Yeah, right.
This is something I call this or that. Okay. So you choose one.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I think I know the answer to this, but studio or live performance? Studio,
yeah.
Love songs or party jams? Party jams.
Yeah, party jams.
I know say now you being double skin, they don't love thing.
I be lover boy, sir.
Okay, nothing. Fireboy or Joe Boy? I'd say Fireboy for myself. I just love him so much.
Well, I'll say the two. Yeah.
The two. His debut album that shoot him up was just epic. That's for Fireboy. I don't know about all that.
No, Fireboy is a great artist, yeah.
Okay. Fame or fortune?
Fortune.
You not send anybody where they do fame anything, give me money. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Afrobeat or R&B?
Afrobeat.
TikTok. Would you rather go viral on TikTok? Or let me say this with TikTok virality or radio airplay? Go viral on TikTok or just have the songs going on radio round and around.
I think TikTok,
right? Because then I'm turning it into sounds and start going on challenges with it.
Yeah, and aside from that, it's not just limited to a particular region or a country. I think with TikTok, like, you might even be in Nigeria without knowing that someone in America
is using your face going everywhere.
Yeah, right. So I think TikTok is.
I agree with you. TikTok virality.
But the two are so important.
Yeah.
Every media is important. Yeah.
It is. That's it on tonight's conversation with someone I like to call Voldemort. I think you should probably go back and watch what is it called? Harry Potter again, so you get the idea. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session, especially if you're an artist. You are, according to him, he likes to think that he came back, so he's still kind of new. If you're like him who is coming back, trying to make a comeback in the industry, I hope you've learned one thing or two things that have worked for him and how he's really looking forward to featuring a couple of our artists in his songs, the likes of Odumo the Black, the likes of MI, and Iblis Ogabos. This is a huge shout out to these guys. We'll be here when this collaboration happens because it is going to happen if I be a woman of God, But that's the story for another day. Thank you so much for being with us on tonight's episode of Unka. My name is Chinalurumogu Eze, and I will see you next time. And please do give me my gifts. It's my birthday. Bye.